KBAK-TV, Bakersfield.
She seems to be getting weaker by the minute. I don't know how much longer she can hold on.
She'll hold on. I know she will.
Hope you're right. Monica, have you heard from the transplant coordinator about the heart? If it's a match, how soon can it get here?
No, I haven't heard. But the tissue testing takes a lot of time, you know.
They haven't got time. Don't they understand that if they don't bring her that new heart, she's going to die?
Catherine, they understand. They understand the urgency. They also understand they have to make absolutely certain that the heart is compatible.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know that they're doing everything they possibly can.
Don't apologize. I understand.
There's something you're not telling me?
Well, I want you to be prepared that, well, there is a possibility that the heart won't match. And there is a possibility that we won't get another donor in time.
Do they think he's gonna make it?
I don't know. They're working on him now.
I mean, I don't get it. Why would David try to kill himself?
I was about to ask you that question.
Did he give any indication of suicide?
Hell no. He had everything going for him.
Maybe he thought we were closing in on him.
No way.
You said before he was a little nervous?
Did I?
You said he was jumpy.
Maybe you tipped your hand.
No way. I was very careful.
Well, then how would you explain this behavior?
Hey, the guy was on the verge of pulling off the score of a lifetime, 10 million bucks. Wouldn't you guys be nervous, huh?
He might have been nervous, but he knew he was going to get away with it, so why would he want to do himself in?
Hey, your guess is as good as mine.
Well, this guess doesn't make sense.
We're going to run some tests to determine the exact location of the bullet, skull x-rays, CAT scan, and a blood study possibly later, but we can't do anything till we stabilize him.
So there's no prognosis yet?
It's way too early, but it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
And you know that there isn't really very much hope.
Why don't you tell me what she said?
All right.
We had a heart, but it wouldn't match. I just wish there was something I could do to help her.
Well, I'm sure being here has meant a lot. It's a tough situation, you know that.
What did you find out about Colton?
Well, there's nothing new. And I won't know anything till the weather breaks. I don't even know if it has.
Well, when was the last time you checked?
Well, it's been a while.
Well, why? You know I'm worried about this situation.
Robert and I have been a little busy, sweetheart.
Doing what?
McAllister tried to shoot himself?
Well, that's what I was about ready to tell Felicia.
Well, it appears that he shot himself. Tony said he's not likely to make it either.
Well, that means then this counterfeiting business and will never be solved, and even the murder of Tucker.
Probably not.
Which also means that our lives won't be.
Hey, come on, one thing at a time. And you worry about yourself and you worry about Iona in there, huh?
About everything.
Okay, we found this under the bed.
Been dusted?
Of course.
Who knows? He might have been close to pulling off the switch.
How do we know these aren't real?
That's a good point. He might have pulled the switch before we had anybody in place outside of Steve's safe. Listen, have the lab people confirm what the status of these bonds is, will you?
Will do.
The boys down at the lab find anything else, Guy?
Yeah, they got that printing press they found behind the wall, stashed behind the medicine chest.
Put in the property room.
We'll do them way ahead of you, as a matter of fact. I'll be right back.
You know, Robert, just what the hell are we looking for here?
I don't know. Chances are we're not going to find it, then.
I have trouble believing this was a suicide.
Yeah, I'm not entirely convinced myself. It's always been my experience that suicides end with a note. And what were both television sets doing on?
Hey, this, do you want to do anything with it besides checking it for prints other than McAllister's and seeing who it's registered to?
Only one shot fired?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Well, eventually we're going to have to check that slug when they dragged out of his body. Why don't you move off and we'll join you shortly.
Okay.
Oh, Guy, has anybody informed Miss Henshaw?
No, not that I know of.
You do it. Watch her reaction. I want to talk to her.
Okay, well then. Oh, my turn. What about you? Do you want to question the maid and the maitre d' now?
Not till the forensics people are finished.
Okay. Listen, I'm gonna book this and,
You know, looks like, smells like, tastes like a suicide, but there's something wrong here.
Frisco told me that you helped Robert get evidence against David McAllister.
Then you must know how terrible I feel about what's happened.
Do you?
Yeah, of course I do. Maybe Robert was right. Maybe somehow I did tip my hand. And David knew the cops were closing in. That would explain why he tried to kill himself.
Would it?
Yeah. He was never the kind of guy who would have lasted in prison. I just wish I could have pinned Tucker's murder on him.
But you couldn't.
No, he was too slick, too careful.
Well, maybe you're too slick.
What are you insinuating?
Maybe somebody's on to you.
Yeah, maybe somebody was on to me. But I was never very good at lying.
So, Mr. McAllister and Tracy Quartermain had dinner together.
No, they had some champagne and caviar and mineral water.
How long were they there?
No more than 15 minutes. Miss Quartermain seemed very upset when she came in.
Which was?
A little before 6 o'clock.
Tell me exactly, in your own words, what happened.
Look, I explained this all to the officer.
Please.
I've got to get back downstairs.
Humor me. In your own words, if you can.
Well, as I said, she was angry. She raised her voice several times. I mean, she was disturbing to the other patrons.
What'd she say?
Well, I only heard one threat clearly. I'm not the only one. I mean, if you had to be in the room, you could hear her. Anybody could hear her.
What were the exact words?
I'll kill you before I let you get away with this. So it may not be exactly that, but it's very, very close. Anyway, her intention seemed to be very clear. And then she stormed out.
What did McAllister do?
He paid the bill and left.
Thank you. You can go.
Oh.
Are you sure that it was Tracy Quartermain?
Yes, sir. Well, she was standing out here in the hallway, banging on the door and screaming, "Give me back my $1 million or I'll kill you." Well, she used a dirty name, sir, and it wasn't very nice.
I understand. Are you sure that she said those words, "I'll kill you," and the line about the $1 million?
Well, yes, sir, I'm positive.
Did you see her go into that bedroom back there?
No, I don't know, sir. You see, when she saw me, she said, "Get out of here, you little, And she called me a dirty name. Oh, I don't take to that kind of talk, you know.
I understand,
I'm working
yes.
here. I don't have to take that kind of stuff
I
from
understand
people.
that. Thank you very much. You've been a big help to us. And if you think of anything else, you can contact us at that number, all right?
Yeah.
You can go now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Doesn't smell right, does it?
Well, whatever happened, Tracy McAllister had a hell of a fight.
But you know, McAllister doesn't come across as the sort of guy who'd shoot himself over someone like Tracy Quartermain.
Well, you know her as well as anybody, Robert. You know what she's like when she gets angry.
I could see him shooting her, but not himself.